The New York. Was that good? Was that a good accent?
I don't know. I mean, I've been in New
All
York a
right.
couple times, but I try not to talk to anybody because they just ask me for money.
Gotcha. Y'all rate my New York accent in the comment section down below. The New
The
York
New York. That was that. Never mind. I'll just
Giants.
stop. I'll stop.
Yeah, Jet, don't rate his, please.
That was
That's you
terrible.
guys are. We just lost all our subs. We have 0 subs now. We have 0. They're gone.
Danny
Um,
Dimes, boys. Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones. I feel like they should make a documentary. This is like last chance you for Daniel Jones right now. He
He's got to do it.
This is it. This is it, bro. This
Do
is
or
it. I'm pretty
die.
sure. Well, the thing is too is like extension time is coming up, so like they're not going to pay you, bro, if you don't. They added Galladay,
John
they added
Ross.
John Ross, they added Kadarius Toney, they added Kyle Rudolph.
Yep.
You still have Evan Ingram. You still have
Sterling Shepard.
him and Slayton, right?
Slayton too. Yep.
Okay, so you have Saquon Barkley coming back. So you have a
What's going on?
top 10 defense last year.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's going to be the excuse this year, Daniel Jones? Come on, man. You gotta. I pull for Daniel Jones. I always hate when somebody gets drafted earlier than they should, and they get booed and shit on. Like a great example for you New York fans for the NBA would be Porzingis when you guys drafted him number 3, and you guys all booed and cried and all that stuff. And the next thing you know, his rookie season, he's averaging 25 points per game, and you all felt dumb and you're cheering for him. I always pull for that kind of stuff. Because, like, why are you booing somebody before you even see him play?
Yeah. And
But
then
I'm getting to the point where you got to do something now. You got to do something now because
it's like, yeah, exactly. Like they
like,
improved
the weapons,
on both sides of the balls too.
they gave you everything. On paper, you had the second best team in the division. Like, you have weapons. Receivers are going to be open. John Ross is kind of sus if you ever watched him play for the Bengals.
Yeah.
But Tony's not. Kyle Rudolph's not. And Kenny Galladay is not. So Kenny Galladay got to stay healthy, though. That's a big thing for him. They paid him a lot of money if he keeps getting... That's injury prone, by the way, comment section. You're talking about Julio being injury prone. No. Galladay is injury prone, bro.
And he got paid way more than Julio.
Got paid way a lot. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, Daniel Jones, bro. I'm pulling for you so bad, but this is the last year I can do it. If you can't pull it together in 2021, it might be a wrap for you, sir.
Yeah. And it's funny
It's the
too
New York
because
Giants,
it's not
man. They
even
can-
that side of the ball. They helped defense. They got Adoree Jackson too. And it seemed like they looked at what they were weak in. They were weak in pass completions, pass attempts, and who do you bring in to kind of diffuse that? Adoree Jackson. So it's just like, well, next season has to be the season. Like, there's no excuses. They were already top 10, and they just like, okay, but why weren't we number 1? Why weren't we number 2? Okay, we completed too many. We allowed too many passes to get completed. Let's add in a really good corner. I don't know.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, like, I'm trying to think what would be good enough to keep him as the starting quarterback. I'd say probably like, let me pull up his stats from last season, because I actually didn't think he was the worst in the world
Wasn't the
last year. I
worst.
actually thought he was serviceable last year. Let me get the exact
It's
numbers
the
up real quick.
mistakes. Like, I think they
right,
were
so
number
he had-
7 in picks.
Yeah, so he had 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 12 picks, so a 2-to-1 ratio. So with the weapons they have now, I know the offensive line isn't the best, guys, but it's, with the weapons you have, it's kind of like the Bengals. You shouldn't have to worry as much about the offensive line. You should be able to get the ball out quickly with these weapons. I'd say you got to give me at least 3,530 touchdowns with less than 10 picks. If you can't do that, it might be time to move on. Because it's New York, and they don't like to be bad for long up there. They don't like it.
And if you talk about a team that could plug and play and win a championship, it could be New York. I mean, Broncos and
listen, Eli Manning threw a lot of picks, right? He threw a lot of interceptions, threw some yards and some touchdowns, threw a lot of picks. But if Eli Manning got to the playoffs, you knew that you were going to the Super Bowl. If the Giants made the playoffs right now, you have no faith in Daniel Jones at all. So you gotta just be better, bro. And you can't hold on to the ball so much. You got sacked 38 times last year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 6 times by the Jets, who had no pass rush at all, by the way. The Jets, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, your offensive line might not be that great, but it's also on the quarterback when you get sacked 6 times in one game. You're holding on to the ball too long.
Yeah. I mean, just improve on, just as long as he steps up, man. Like, they got the weapons. And the fact that the Eagles were better on offense than the Giants with the weapons they've got. I mean, I know they added a lot this offseason, but just in general, they were rocking with Jalen Hurts. You guys were rocking with Danny Dimes. Okay? And you were behind the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's got it. You guys, it's this season coming up, there's a lot of, like, just got to prove it. Prove that you can compete with the Cowboys and Washington's defense.
Yeah, just compete.
That's all.
Be in range of winning the division with 4 weeks to go, and that's a good season, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, the Giants went 9-8, Daniel Jones sucks, bench him. No, because first of all, if he plays well and the team still sucks, then at least it's not on him.
Yeah.
I just want Daniel Jones to play well, bro. That's it. I genuinely have tried my best to defend Daniel Jones for like the last 4 years. Or 3 years, however long he's been in the league for. And I can't do it anymore if he doesn't do well this season. I can't.
I mean, how can you? I mean, other teams have gotten rid of their quarterbacks for much less.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, why would I? I mean, like, look at Sam Darnold. Like, I don't know if he's better than Danny Dimes, but I'm just saying.
Stats, yeah. Sam Darnold played way worse than Daniel Jones had. But, I mean, listen, the Giants got kind of shafted in Week 17. We could have seen Daniel Jones in a playoff atmosphere, and who knows? He would have gone against Tom Brady, and we could have seen something, but didn't happen. And so it's up to him to make sure that it happens this year, man. Go for it. Because like I said, this division, like we sit here and we say the Cowboys are the best team, but like at the end of the day, if last year proved anything, this division's wide open, really. Besides the Eagles. I'm sorry, Eagles fans, you're going to kill me in the comment section. I swear to God. I just don't see it.
It is what it is.
But the other 3 teams, maybe not even. I really think the Giants have the second best team.
On paper.
But I just need Daniel Jones to be better. I need the coaching to be good.
Like, the fact that the Giants have top 10 defense. They're not one-dimensional.
They're not that far off of Washington's defense, but they, on paper, have a
way better
far
offense.
superior offense. Like, we only briefly mentioned it, but Saquon Barkley's coming back.
Who's supposed to be a at least top 5 running back.
He was, too. That's the thing.
I mean, he's drafted number 1 in fantasy.
Yeah,
most times.
Saquon was going God mode before he got injured, bro. So if you get that back there to help out with Daniel Jones too, kind of slow the game down a little bit, just run the ball some. Because they ran the ball pretty well last year with Gallman.
Yeah.
So the offensive line knows how to run. They might not protect the quarterback very well, but they know how to run. So if they get some help from Saquon, if he's able to recover from his injury, like, I mean, nobody recovers from their injury like Adrian Peterson, but if you can have a similar kind of like, like nothing ever happened type of situation.
Close to it at least.
Yeah, then the Giants will be fine.
I mean, dude, if you can get the defense to stay top 10 and then improve, because again, they added, and then get this offense, just get it clicking with Saquon and the pass game, and Danny Dimes steps up, I can at least see them winning 10 games.
I could too. And guys, please, like, I know we literally just said that 3 of these teams are going to go over 500. I just want to reiterate that we're going to have an actual
power ranking.
The week before the preseason, we're actually going to go through every team's schedule and actually predict how many wins they're actually going to have. Right now, we're just basing it on what we have on paper.